Hey dolls, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be a quick tutorial on how I bleach the knots on my lace closure. So as you can see those black dots on the closure, and we do not want that on our head because it's not natural looking at all. So I just want to show you all how to get the perfect looking closure to match your scalp. So if you are interested in seeing how I get this look, keep on watching. Okay, so of course the first thing you're going to need is your closure, and then I'm going to get my powdered bleach, and then I'm going to use a 30 developer just so it won't be too intense, and then I need a dyeing brush, some foil just to cover the dye, and a small mixing bowl. So if you purchase the bleach in this container like this, which is from my beauty supply store for like $8, it comes with this blue measuring cup, and I just filled this measuring cup up just about halfway and pour that into my small mixing cup. And now, as you can see, it's not a lot at all, especially for a lace closure. You do not need too much product in to get your knots bleached. And then I'm just going to add a full cup of developer and pour that in there, and we're just going to mix that all together. And as you can see, soon I'm going to add a little bit more developer just to loosen that up a little. And this is the consistency you want, not too loose and not too runny. Now to get these knots bleached, you want to start applying a small thin layer onto the lace, and you don't want to go too thick on the lace because you don't want it to sink through and start just dyeing the roots of your hair, because if you apply too much at once and push it in, it's going to leave your roots looking ashy and blonde, and we don't really want that. But that does happen sometimes, and I have a method to resolve that, so don't worry if it happens. But you just want to start applying a small coat, and as you can see, I started from the middle and then I'm just starting to spread it out throughout the entire closure. Okay, so I actually forgot I didn't put this on the entire closure, but if you do plan on switching between side and middle parts, bleach the entire thing. But since I just plan on leaving it just on the middle part, I just bleached these areas. Okay, so once I felt like I bleached the areas that I wanted, this is how it should look. And now I'm just going to lay that flat down on some aluminum foil. And now you're just going to see me part where I want my exact middle part. And this is just going to help me define where the bleach is going. And now you see me just pressing the hair gently down just to make sure all that bleach gets on the knots. And now I'm just going to cover that up and let it sit and get bleached. Okay, so this is about 15-18 minutes later, and I take that foil off, and as you can see right here, the knots are bleached, which is great. But as you can see right here, it kind of sunk through and got on the roots of the hair. So now we're freaking out because now we have black hair and blonde roots, and we do not want that. So of course we have to correct that, and to correct that I'm going to be using an Adore rinse. And I would actually prefer to use a black dye, but I didn't have dye at the time, so I used what I have. And yeah, so I'm going to use my e.l.f. 3-in-1 mascara brush with no mascara on it. I wiped everything off and dip that lightly into the rinse and just go as close as I can to this lace and get these blonde roots out, because we cannot have black hair and blonde roots. So this brush made it super easy to just get as close as I can and correct that mistake, because yeah, just thank God for this method because it helped perfectly. And just be sure to be careful not to get the dye on the lace, because that can just cause more problems that we do not need. So be careful and tedious, and just take your time. Just take your time and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, and we're going to rinse that out and have your finished result. And this will be your finished result. As you can see, that's a big difference, but I really hope that this video was helpful for you all. If you have any questions, ask me below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.